Hey guys, Neaura Nightsong here for another video. Today I wanted to make a video especially for trans people, especially for members of the trans community. Although if you are not trans, you could probably still find some use from this because we're going to be talking about just like how to better understand, support, and get along with each other in communities, especially online. So you'll probably find something useful. But yeah, I like to call this one, I originally wrote it as an article, so forgive me, I'll be translating it to video format. I call it Breaking the Cycle, a guide to better understanding and support in the trans community. So, as a member of the transgender community, it's important to acknowledge and address the internal conflicts that exist within our community. The division, lack of critical thinking, and knee-jerk reactions that we often see can be damaging to both individuals involved and the community as a whole. It's understandable that emotions can run high when it comes to issues that affect the community and its members, but it's crucial to approach these issues with a level head and an open mind. Before making a judgment or drawing a conclusion, it's important to thoroughly investigate the situation and consider all perspectives. This can help prevent the spread of misinformation and prevent further harm to those involved. One of the key ways to avoid becoming part of this problem is to practice empathy and understanding. We can gain a better understanding of their perspectives and motives. Additionally, it's important to engage in active listening and to have an open and respectful conversation with others, even if we don't agree with their opinions or actions. It's also important to remember that everyone is flawed and has the capacity to make mistakes. All of us, every single one of us. We should not attack or judge someone based solely on their flaws or mistakes, as this only serves to perpetuate harm and division within our community. Instead, we should work towards finding solutions and addressing issues through constructive dialogue and collaboration. So, I also included a few bullet points to consider, which I'll read to you now. So, point number 1, educate oneself on different perspectives and experiences of marginalized communities. Always valuable, even your own. If you are a member of a marginalized community, it's important to acknowledge that not everyone's experience, just because like you're trans, for example, you're not all going to have the same experience. You're more likely to be exposed to certain things, but like you have to take in mind the different lives that people come from and how their own journeys can differ and how that might change how they're behaving or interacting with you. So the next point is practice empathy and active listening, trying to understand the feelings and experiences of others before making a judgment. Next, refrain from being reactive and emotional, and instead take the time to engage in critical thinking before drawing a conclusion. I know, easier said than done, but it's important to at least being mindful of these things. If you keep it at the top of your head, you're more likely to do it than if you bear it away somewhere and don't remind yourself. So the next one is avoid making assumptions based on hearsay, rumors, or biased sources of information. Seek out multiple viewpoints and engage in respectful dialogue before making a decision or taking action. Next up, acknowledge and work on any implicit biases and prejudices that you may have. And we all have them. That's another thing that applies to all humans. This is not even if you're just trans. If you are a person, you have your own set of biases. We all do. It's just we're a product of our upbringing, our life, our environment, and all the experiences that we've had. So, next up, challenge harmful behavior and language when you witness it, and educate others on why it's not acceptable. It's kind of like if you see something, say something, that kind of thing. Next, practice self-reflection and growth, being open to learning and growing from your experiences and interactions with others. The day that you stop trying to learn new things is the day that you are dooming yourself to a terrible existence, in my opinion. So, in conclusion, the transgender community can work towards becoming a more united and supportive group by practicing empathy, active listening, and engaging in constructive conversations. By approaching issues with a critical and open mind, we can help prevent further harm and division within the community and promote understanding and growth. Remember, you're never alone, and there are resources, agencies, groups, and people who are fighting for our future, as trans people, and to keep people safe every day. A few of them that I would recommend, you might have heard of many of these already. One would be the Trevor Project. This is a national organization that provides crisis intervention and suicide prevention services to lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, and questioning youth. Um, Next up is GLAD. This organization works to accelerate acceptance of the LGBTQ community by amplifying the voice of the community and changing the culture. Next resource recommendation would be the Human Rights Campaign. This is the largest national LGBTQ civil rights organization that works to end discrimination and achieve equality for all. Next is PFLAG, which stands for Parents, Families, and Friends of Lesbians and Gays. This organization is a network of families, allies, and people who are LGBTQ plus positive. They offer support, education, and advocacy for all members of the LGBTQ plus community. And then finally, last one, the National Center for Transgender Equality. This organization is dedicated to advancing the equality of transgender people through advocacy, collaboration, and empowerment. All of these organizations, all you got to do is go to Google, type in the name of them, and it'll be the first result. These are very good reputation, well-known groups. So, like, if you find yourself feeling pretty alone as a trans person, or, like, you can't find your allies, like, I've hear a lot of trans people say that, like, even other trans people are, like, basically being transphobes to them and, like, shaming them. And, like, there's cattiness, there's competition, there's... Oh my god, there is so much. It's not a very cohesive community at times. So just remember that you're not alone, and it's not all doom and gloom, and there are people out there who care and want to help and make things better, and, like, there's people dedicated to that. So, don't give up, guys. Don't give up. Stay strong. Hopefully something in here was helpful to you. If you feel that way, then feel free to share it. Again, this is a video version of an article that I wrote. That article is available on my website, Neaura.net. Same with everything else that I do if you want to check that out. And I'll see you guys again soon for another video. Take care.